This is part 4 of the LMS video installation tutorial. That last part got a bit long, so I am going to break this database installation part into first installing the database itself, and then an additional step we will add the LMS data to the database. This says to go to our directory, find our DB2 exec or exe whatever folder. I know my server is 64-bit, so I will locate the 64 version. And sure enough, there it is. Go ahead and run the setup.exe. And I get an error in Firefox. Just for fun, we will click go past that. It says to go install a product. I get another error. And under install a product, I have no options. Let's take this opportunity to go back a little bit. So, tip 1, use a good browser. In fact, it specifically suggests Firefox. That was a good plan 5 years ago when we wrote this document. Everything worked correctly. Chrome has moved on. I tried to install Chrome on this Microsoft 2003 web server, and it simply would not install. Or at least I couldn't even, the download page would not even come up correctly for Chrome. 64-bit Firefox would not come up. I did get a 32-bit, I believe, version of Firefox to install, but as we can see, there's issues. I'm going to go back, and it's a Microsoft, actually no, it's an IBM DB2 product. Still, I'm going to try what is available to me and go ahead and try and use Internet Explorer. I'm not going to make it my default quite yet, but we'll see how this goes. Okay, again, I don't see the install new option, but I do see that I have a little note here that it blocked something. Apparently it is an ActiveX control that gives us that option. I'm going to allow the blocked content, tell it yes, I do want it to run. I know what this is. I want it to interact as best it can. Now I have my install new option. Sure, we can close the window. We don't need that anymore. Okay, well that is starting up. Let's look back at our instructions. So in here, I'm going to install DB2 Express on this computer, again, to the specified directory. We'll come back to that step actually. I'll accept that. Typical. Install IBM DB2 Express Edition on this computer. Give it the path that we want. How did I get a space in there? Okay. Real quickly, I'm going to edit this. If I come across any other edits too, I will update this documentation and send it to anyone that needs it. Okay, here it says to set the username to LMS. This is very important. In IBM DB2, username sets your schema, and all of our data is under the LMS schema, so it simplifies our connection greatly if we use the LMS username. Then we're going to choose a password, make a note of this password. So username is not going to be DB2 admin, it's going to be LMS. Password. I have a notepad here that I put my username and passwords in. I'm just going to go And I am choosing wimpy passwords because this is just a tutorial. This server will be thrown away basically as soon as this installation video is done. Of course, we'll verify everything works correctly first. Use the same username for the remaining DB2 services. Yes. DB2 instance. Double check our settings, and yes, create a DB2 instance, and next until we are complete or install.